The Qtec daily chart. This is the companion ETF to the NDXT equal weighted NASDAQ 100 technology index with about 38 components in it. And this is where it's all happening. So the magnet level for relative retracement up is qualified and confirmed, and it gapped up from yesterday's close, and the open is the same as the low, so then it ticked up and then came back down, and we have a shooting star here. And here's a better look at it in a candlestick chart. So it's a 2-bar pattern, so we had a nice white bar yesterday, and then this gap up, and then the shooting star. And the odds are higher than lower that there'll be a continuation pattern to the upside. It might not happen tomorrow. It could, though, just keep moving up. But there could be a little drawback, maybe not even filling up this gap, and then a continuation higher. But the odds are that this is a bullish continuation shooting star pattern. So to the immediate upside is the relative retracement disqualified up 3. And then to the immediate downside is the disqualified trend factor down 1. And the 50% and 100% momentum down for propulsion did bump up, so closes below each of these levels or individually will be qualified for end of day tomorrow. And as suspected down here, the ATM trigger pressure up has met the slow trigger up there in the upper section, and the fast trigger up has gone under the oversold and is hooking around. It has a green highlight, so that means it has a tendency to go up. So now it needs to get back up over the oversold 25. It's at 14.83 now. And the DMI plus is light years away from the DMI minus, and the ADX DMI is just pointed straight up. So that's really getting kind of stretched here, along with QQE fast at 71.60 above the overbought line there. But that can stay up there for a while and then have a bit of a drawback. So for right now, things are looking really strong in the Qtec equal weighted ETF for the NASDAQ 100 Technology Index NDXT, and it leans towards the chip sector. So chips are doing well, Qtec will do well. And in the Qtec daily cloud chart, you can see that the combo cell countdown 10 is printed and the sequential cell countdown 9, so we're getting close to 13s for the both of them, combo and sequential. We'll have to keep a watch on that very closely. A demand line printed today on this bar, and its level is at 161.98 for the 30th, and a close below it will qualify it. So again, that's 161.98. And the Qtec daily chart in the REI, the marker 1 and rock did come off of REI 0 here, ticked up, and now is pointed back down, trying to seek neutral 0 again on this tick up higher. So it needs to continue going higher for this to seek neutral again like this. If it doesn't go higher and starts getting below 0 to the negative, then that's a warning flag for a downdraft, but still we're looking for it to get back under the oversold -40 for 5 days or less, and then get back up above it in less than 5 days or 5 days. And then that means the marker 1 will hopefully be sailing away still well above its overbought. Same thing with rock, which is now pointed down a little, but if they stay above their overbought lines, this comes down below oversold for 5 days or less, and then gets back above it 5 days or less, and that's a buy signal, so we'll watch that. And in the S&P 500 daily cloud chart, those big fat cap megatechs and Qtec had better carry the day for a while longer, because the S&P 500 is not doing nearly as well as the Qtec constituents in there. So it missed qualifying and confirming the relative retracement up magnet, and then it had a pretty good tick down after ticking higher, so the A down has shifted over, and zigzag is right on top of that for now. So let's see if we can avoid a swing point to the downside. Needs to keep going to get above 4607.07, so a tick higher than that will print the D wave up wave 5, and then that S&P 500 D wave scenario could come to fruition possibly. See the video that's linked here. So the only good point of not qualifying and confirming this is it should be okay support, especially with the conversion line right there. So we get a break below both of those, you know that's a strong move to the downside. And if that's the case, this should be pretty good support, because it should not be qualified if it gets under it. So 44.6430 for the trend factor down 1, this should be okay support. And the 50% and 100% momentum down is right in close proximity, like Qtec, 4461.82. No danger of becoming qualified tomorrow. And this ongoing supply line for the S&P 500 did not become qualified, and for tomorrow that level's at 4599.08, and a close above it will be qualified for end of day, as there was an up close the day before, so down close now, so the indication is more downside, so a surprise to the upside and get above that ongoing supply line and close above it, it will be qualified. But there was the price flip to the buy setup count 1, and that was almost to be expected. And to change that to the price flip to the sell setup count 1, there must be a close above 4559.34 for end of day tomorrow on the 30th. And the S&P 500 weekly chart has an ongoing supply line right in the same proximity as the daily chart. This level's at 4599.19 for this week, so a weekly close above it will technically qualify it, but we just use it as an indication for support and resistance. Right now it's resistance, but if it does break above it, there's this extension of this qualified cancel demand line from quite a long time ago, and that level is at 4623.69, and the levels of the line that are showing there, line segment, are off, so the correct level is 4623.69. so but this ongoing line being a companion to the daily one, should be pretty good resistance. And again, that's at 45.99.19 for this week. And the weekly Stark band is right there too at 45.96.93. And the weekly chart is the same situation as D-Wave for the daily chart. So we get a tick higher than this high, 4607.07. So anything above that for a high will print the D-Wave up wave 5.